AI prompts are everywhere, so I decided to give it a shot and design a retrospective. It did produce something brilliant, but only 80% accurate. 20% was still missing, and that 20% is what makes Scrum Masters relevant. Details on the other side. If you are new to the channel, my name is Piyush Rahate, and I'm a professional Scrum trainer and Agile consultant. Whether you want to improve team effectiveness or value of your products, you have come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Every now and then, someone posts a series of Scrum Master prompts on LinkedIn. Even in my PSM classes, some Scrum Masters ask, will AI replace the Scrum Masters? So instead of theorizing it, I decided to test. I used Claude for my experiment and gave it a situation of a team that had made a release despite of its key team members being on leave. Post the release, the defect count had increased and PO was not happy about it. The team members were not feeling great and there was a growing concern around quality. I asked Claude to design a retrospective that would help address the growing discontent in the team members and the quality issues. The 80% where AI did well. Claude created a great 8-point action plan with proper timestamps, facilitation notes, and ideas. It also recommended tricks like, hey, provide kudo cards to ease out the retrospective atmosphere. It also told me to gather all the factual data for defects, their severity, areas affected. It also recommended interesting ground rules on how to facilitate the conversation around quality. It mentioned to call out things like, we are asking why the process or system allowed the defects, not who made the mistake. If you ask me as a coach, this is a good narrative to create psychological safety. What I was impressed with is its ability to create the good agenda within minutes, which if I had to design myself would have taken a couple of hours. The only thing I think it missed in first go was not giving me a specific technique for facilitation. When I prompted it again with my idea of sailboat, it confirmed that it is a great technique for the given situation and gave a breakup of how to use it. Now, the 20% that matters. This is where you as a Scrum Master bring the relevance. First point that I observed. An anti-pattern which AI did not identify. It did not consider product owner as part of the Scrum team participating in the retrospective. It gave me questions like, what do we think the product owner is actually unhappy about? I should be asking those questions to the team. It also told me to have a pre-retrospective conversation with the product owner and know their concerns so that I can share their exact words with the team. As a Scrum Master, we know retrospective is for the whole Scrum team, product owner included. This anti-pattern of not including the product owner, only a Scrum Master would be able to identify and address, not an AI. Number 2, it cannot read the room. It certainly gave me a good agenda for the scenario, but it cannot tell if the team was really ready to have the conversation around PO's discontent in that moment or not. This feel is what only a real Scrum Master can sense and probably move the agenda accordingly. If the discussion becomes more than uncomfortable, Scrum Master can intervene, explore alternatives and guide towards the right outcomes instead of escalating a conflict within the team. The third point where Scrum Masters become important is holding the space, being comfortable with uncomfortable silence. AI-driven agendas, questions, ideas can fill up the whole session. What it cannot do is to hold space. It cannot take a pause, allow the team to think. It cannot identify who is not engaging in the conversations. This is exactly why a human Scrum Master is important. So, if you are asking my opinion, where to use AI and what to keep human, with my experiment I can suggest that you may delegate most of your repetitive tasks like designing the agenda, creating questionnaires, prompting for retrospective or your other events, summarizing the outputs or planning follow-up actions. All of that can be handed over to the AI. But for the real in-moment action, the human Scrum Master is still needed. to identify an evolving conflict and diffusing it in that moment, holding the space for the team to think together, holding them accountable to their agreements, bringing to the fore what is unsaid. This is where the Scrum Master is required. There is more to us as Scrum Masters than just scheduling and designing the event. AI is certainly raising the bar, but it is not yet reaching the ceiling. As a Scrum Master, you have been promoted without your knowledge. You are no more the typical Scrum admin or Scrum secretary that many people considered you to be. You now have to level up your game to be the true leader, the enabler, the coach of the team. To close, I will just say AI might be a great designer, but it is not even a good facilitator. The Scrum Masters whose core job was creating the agendas, they are going to face the music. The ones who bring the real human perspectives will still thrive. If you're interested in improving your skills, competencies as a Scrum Master or Agile Coach, look at my mentoring, training and coaching programs. I will leave the links in the description below. If you found this video helpful, give it a like so YouTube can show it to more people who are willing to learn. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification button to be notified of the latest content. Till next time, be happy, be safe, be adaptive.